welcome. I'm James O'Loughlin. Some say the most significant event in human history occurred about 6,000 years ago when the wheel was invented. Without the wheel, not only would human history have been drastically different, it's also the case that I would have been very late for work today. There aren't many of us who don't use the wheel every day of our lives, and tonight we meet some inventors who want to find new ways to change the world by using the wheel. At first, John Tolhurst just wanted a better bike to take his son to daycare on. Now he wants to create a better bike that can go faster and further than any other. Now to welcome our panel, we have engineering professor Veena Sahajwalla and engineer James Bradfield Moody. And our guest judge for this week is, well, he began as a cartoonist and he still does that extremely well, but he's also a motoring rider and broadcaster. Please welcome Warren Brown. Warren, g'day.
Thank you, James. Lovely to be here. Thank you for having me.
Why is the wheel the iconic human invention?
Well, it's the iconic human invention because you can never stop fiddling with it and improving it. And that's why I love it so much.
And the world without the wheel, I mean, if you think about it, everything would be...
Stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be going anywhere, no.
When did you fall in love with the wheel?
Oh, we always had wheels turning in my house when I was a little kid. You know, Dad put headlights on the lawnmower so Mum could keep mowing after dark. So we always had wheels turning. Nice. So just grew up with it. And we will see inventors who have some wheels turning tonight, and we look forward to seeing what you think of them. Thanks for coming in. Thanks, James.
The wheel has been used for many things, transport, of course, but also for making pottery, exercising hamsters, gambling, spinning yarn, carrying fun park visitors up really high, and deciding which prize the home viewer wins on late-night variety shows. But they have never been used this way before. Many people have tried to answer this question: why don't more people ride a bike to work? One reason is that the car's a lot quicker and its seat is a lot more comfy. But our next inventor wondered if more people would start riding, if he could invent a new bike that's faster and more comfortable.
The upright bike's a 100-year-old invention that's persisted and largely due to the triangulated rear section, which is incredibly strong. It's so inherently rigid that you can build it very light. It doesn't distort when you load it up. And so it preserves your hard-won body energy and puts it into the wheel. I think everybody loves their upright bike, but nobody likes the saddle. You've got hyperextension of the lower back, you create a crick in your neck with the head craning, you got weight on your wrists. And all these things eventually turn people off bikes. On the other hand, a recumbent bicycle just rotates the whole body back and puts it down in like you were driving a car or a plane. But you can't make the same kind of out-of-the-saddle power. The chain is so long and the frame is so convoluted to carry that power that it doesn't do it efficiently. They're typically very low to the ground and visibility in traffic is an issue. What if we could actually make a bicycle that was better? Would we get 50% more people on bikes?
Well, only if there were 50% more bikes for them to get on is the answer a smart aleck would give. Please welcome John Tolhurst.
Now, John, we have three incredible machines here. Over on my left is the typical recumbent bicycle. In fact, it's the incumbent recumbent. It's actually a tricycle, really, isn't it?
It is.
But you've taken this basic recumbent bicycle design and made something quite spectacular, I think. This is the Cruzbike. And what I love about the Cruzbike is that it actually has front-wheel drive. It's quite an extraordinary machine. Can you tell us a little bit about how this works with the sprocket on the front?
Sure. The triangles on the front of this bike are just like the triangles on the back of a regular bike. And so that means it'll take the power that you give it and put it into the road without any distortion of the frame. That makes it more efficient. You'll be able to go faster with less effort.
The other thing I've noticed is this remarkable, well, boom or steering column, however you want to call that. It's telescoped, isn't it? It moves up and down.
It is.
What was that?
That changes the distance between the handlebars and the pedals, and between the pedals and the seat, so that one bike can fit a range of different persons.
Well, I really want to see these things in action. I want to have a go. Can we have a go? Can we
Yes.
have our own mini velodrome here?
Absolutely. Let's clear a circuit.
Indeed. And look, I have the forerunner to this particular cruise bike.
The black one is for an everyday purpose, and this yellow one is taking the formula to its extreme to see what sort of speed is possible.
All right, well, I've had a little bit of a practice, and I'm telling you, for those in the audience, look out, because I might come flying into your lap any second. And James, if you could freaking up, thank you very much.
There you go.
So, you ready to go? We all set? All right, you ready? I'm not.
Feet down first.
Feet down first.
Then, after you're rolling, pick them up.
All right, OK. All right, here we go. Thanks, James. Contact. All right, now I'm off. Here we go. Now, this is absolutely... Oh, watch out for the front end light. No, no, watch out for the camera. It is remarkably comfortable. It's sort of like a pedal-powered lounge chair. OK, just about there, feathering the brakes without going through the studio wall. How about that for you? I feel like I've just done the Tour de France. Can I just ask you? Thank you, John. What a wonderful experience. Now, of course, I wanted to ask you something. This is a very, very, very fast bike, the bike that you have.
Mostly the reason is that your body is tilted back and sliding through the air.
Right.
So, whereas in a regular bike, your body is more like a parachute.
Well, not many people know that you can have erectile dysfunction from sitting on top of a normal bicycle seat.
That's true.
This is a better operation all round, yeah?
It is, it is. So I've tried to take the ergonomic advantages of being in a recumbent position, plus the long history and expertise of the stiffness of a regular bike, and put those two elements together in a new format.
It looks like you're using standard bike parts with this. So
yes, no brand names, but it's all off-the-shelf equipment.
Are you looking at racing, recreational, commuter applications?
I'm trying to build a bike which exhibits the potential of this format. But another market is to build something far lower cost.
This cruise bike, the Vendetta, this
Yes.
yellow bike, what would it cost to buy?
About $4,000, $4,500.
Which is not bad, considering the Tour de France bikes could be $20,000 upwards, I suppose.
Yeah, that could be many times more expensive and yet slower.
Yeah.
We've tested this.
Right.
It holds the world record for women's 100-mile speed.
Right. John, thank you so much, and good luck tonight. Lovely to meet you, and thank you for that bladder around our fabulous velodrome we've got here.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
All right, now it's time for our judges to pick a winner. Will it be Tony Studdart's Tony's Water Wheel, John Tolhurst's Cruise Bike, or Terry Bedivis's Locust Muncher? Vina, let's start with you. Which idea do you think had the biggest light bulb, was the most impressive for you tonight?
The idea light bulb for me was Tony's water wheel.
I do love the Locust Muncher. There's something wonderful about its ingenuity. I mean, it's that typical outback thing. I've got a piece of fencing wire and a pair of multi-grips and a Model T Ford. What can I make out of it? I know, a Locust Muncher.
And it is a really good non-chemical way of controlling locusts. The cruise bike, though, I must say, in terms of actually taking the idea of a recumbent bike and all the ergonomic benefits from that, and then combining it with the stability of a really solid frame, without changing the nature of the bike from what we're used to too much, that's pretty
Thinking about
smart.
how you might be able to put, more of your body's power, to ride it. So you're putting in more power into it, and that's what he's thought about and designed.
You've ridden it?
I've ridden it.
In a few years, are people going to be riding them to work? That's the real test, isn't it?
Well, there will be more people, because unlike a conventional bike, there'll be no erectile dysfunction, therefore there'll be more people. So there you are. I think that's probably how it works.
But it is interesting.
But you've got to think about the market, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are these people going to want to buy it?
Now, the one that's really got a very big potential market is actually the Locust Muncher, because
Do you think so?
well,
because it's unusual tonight.
the market
isn't it?
is huge, and we spend $50 million a year just controlling locusts already, but the impact of a locust plague is in the order of $1 billion.
But things are unusual tonight, aren't they? And usually we have three inventors who've all got their hand pretty deeply in their pocket and they're all really hoping that their thing will take them somewhere else. Whereas tonight, 2 out of 3 are, well, I've got one and I'm happy with one.
And talk to me.
You know, they're not really interested in that, are they?
I made it because I needed it.
Yeah.
Was the answer, isn't it? Yeah.
All right, well, who are you going to pick as your winner? Vina, you can go.
Oh, okay. For me, it's the water wheel.
The water wheel.
Look, seriously, they are so diverse, and yeah,
They've all got wheels, so.
they've all got wheels, but they're also very good. That's the thing. I really do like the locust muncher, and the reason I say that is because
It munches locusts.
it munches locusts. But the thing is, I like the concept of it because if you own a farm, there will be nothing more catastrophic than reading the internet, watching the newspapers, knowing there is a locust coming to your place and it's going to wipe out your livelihood.
Yep.
And for that reason, I like the idea of it. I know it's probably a little bit rough around the edges, but for sheer ingenuity and just outback ingeniousness,
Yes.
if there's such a word, it does get my vote.
OK, the locust muncher for you. James.
I'm actually going to vote for the Cruzbike.
Right, so that means you've got a 3-way tie, 1 vote for each of the 3 inventions. And when that occurs, I guess what you need to do is the 3 of you keep talking in a fairly brisk fashion and arrive at an answer that you're all comfortable with. So good luck with that.
Okay, so
I have to say, I mean, with Cruzbike, well, I'm not even a racing person, but I still would love to be able to go faster than what I could potentially
The one that really
do now.
thing that did really impress me around the Cruzbike, here is an invention that has already won, taken a world record in terms of speed, and that's pretty phenomenal when you think about it.
and I'm not
What's the
one to-
world record for picking up locusts, though?
I don't know, but I mean, and the other good thing is, the end of erectile dysfunction, when you've got... Oh, where am I going with that? I'm so sorry. Again. I mean, the thing... got that on the brain. Let's get sorry, didn't I?
Oh, you wouldn't be the first.
No, indeed. Look, I'm starting to waver towards the Cruzbike too, I think, because
Are you
it's...
really?
Yeah, I am, actually. I mean,
Going a bit flaccid on your other choice?
I think it's a great invention, and there's so much thought that's gone into all of them, but probably the Cruzbike.
Really? You're all happy with the Cruzbike?
I think we are.
You sure?
Yep.
All right, then it's risen up from nowhere. The winner is the Cruzbike. John Tolhurst, inventor. Well done. Congratulations. There you go. That is for you. Well, John's in the running to be named our inventor of the year. Thanks to our judges, especially our guest, Warren Brown. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you to the real stars of the show. They are every week. The Inventors, thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Good night.